Hey, welcome back, YouTube. At the time of making this video, I don't really know what the title of this video is going to be, but it's going to be somewhat along the line of having the will to keep pressing on. And I wrote something down. Life doesn't hand out success, it demands something from you, just like a drop of water can split a rock, not because it's strong, but because it refuses to give up. And the key word there is refuses to give up. That's the key word there. Because I believe there have been a time in our life where we've been tempted to quit on something that we were doing, either because it became too hard, or we were lost in oblivion, not knowing what to do, and we became scared. Some of us succumbed to that temptation, while some of us pressed on, right? And I just want to let you guys know that for those of you that pressed on, there were certain emotions, there were certain frequencies that you aligned yourselves with at the time that you might not even have realized, or some examples of ways you can actually align yourself on those kind of frequencies to keep you on like this zen energy to just continue pressing on is, number one, listening to music. Right? Listening to music is one thing that helps you pull back from reality, and it traps you into someone's world, and by the time you're back into yours, you're like looking at things from a different light. So music is one, taking a walk is another, talking to someone is another, writing in a journal is another. So those are different ways in which you can affect your frequency to make you see things from a different light. And just like how the drop of water itself is like an analogy referring to human beings, and the stone, which is hard, is referring to life itself. It takes just time for the drop of water to break through the rock. It takes time, patience, and consistency. Same thing with human beings. To break through in life, all you need is time, patience, and consistency. Not desperation, no expectation, not being impulsive, not having this expectation like I mentioned on life. Because I know you guys might hear me say expectation on life. If you don't have expectation of life, like the question you'd be asking me is, if you don't have an expectation of life, how do you have like a goal? Don't get me wrong, you're mistaking expectations for desire or obsession. And I believe, and I've seen, not even just believed, I've seen that expectation is one of the key things that makes us attached to some things. It makes us attached to some things. So even your trades, one of the main reasons why you are hurt in your trades is because you are expecting it to deliver something in your life, maybe take you out of the trenches, maybe give you a new life that you so envisioned in your head. And when you take a loss, it feels like it crumbles, right? That's how it is. So expectation is very bad. Desperation is another bad energy too, that can actually make you give up. Desperation. So one thing you need to understand is that you don't shape life, right? Life shapes you. And when you can endure the struggles of life, right, for the longest time that life chooses to send you its struggles, if you can endure it, that is when you will have the power to shape your own life, right? So it's not all about just hearing motivation and then just like nodding your head. Can you actually apply this shit in your life? Can you employ it in your life? Can you sit down with your thoughts and think? Can you do it? Because that's the only way you can actually see things from your own perspective, not just what someone is telling you, from your own perspective. You can actually sit with your thoughts and think of how you see things, you know, just like the this whole talk is encompassed under the will to keep on pressing. It can diversify under, or it can divert under different topics. You know, me talking on frequencies, me talking on giving analogies on how a drop of water can split a rock. Like it can diversify, which is because of how my mind works, how my mind reads out information. It's because of I can sit down and I can think of ways to bring out this kind of information. And like the same thing can happen with you too, you know, as long as you can sit with your thoughts. Anyways, an example of someone who kept on pressing on was the famous Thomas Edison. And he was the man, for those of us that don't know who Thomas Edison is, he's the man that created the light bulb. And Thomas Edison failed 1,000 times. And you would ask yourself, why didn't he just give up when he failed 10 times? Or even 5 times? Why didn't he just give up? Like 1,000 times is astounding. 1,000 times you failed and you didn't quit. Did you think he's not normal? He's normal. But like, what do you think made him keep on pressing on? It's by what I'm telling you, being able to pull back, seeing things from a different light, attaching yourself to those external sources that can actually make you pull back really well and see things from a different light. Another thing is enjoying the process. I'm very sure he enjoyed his process. I can be able to see things from his perspective because I myself have struggled with things. Trading is among one of the things I've struggled with, and I can be able to say that I've failed countless times, but yet I'm still pressing on. What's the reason? Because I'm enjoying the process. I'm not expecting something. I'm not desperate about anything. I'm just simply enjoying the process. And if I have the chance, I step back and use external sources to stimulate my mind. Music, taking a walk, those things I mentioned. So if you can actually see things from the way I'm telling you guys to see them, right? It would help you so much, for real. It will. I don't really have so much to talk about today, but I just want you guys to know that from today, I don't want you guys to worry about leaping forward. All you need to do is just drop one more drip every single day on that stone, on life. Drop one more drip, one more rep, one more drip, one more set. That's what you should be telling yourself. One more. Show up. Be consistent. Because over time, I promise you, that stone will break and your life will change forever. That'll be all for today. I hope you guys found this one insightful. Until I talk to you guys next time. Stay safe.